Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for the response to the massive game collection video. You may notice a couple new additions in the background here. I'm not going over that today though. Instead, I bought some new equipment for the office studio nursery storage facility that is this room in the apartment. So I wanted to film and share setting all this new stuff up and my initial impressions on some of it. And the first thing that I want to set up is all of this new multi-mount gear. I bought a solid arm, a flex arm, and then the base of the multi-mount. That box is very large. And I bought that because this is the normal recording environment for video here with the iMac webcam, my Shure Beta 87, and then one lamp off to my far right in kind of the corner here. I just wanted to do some things to up the quality visually with some camera mounting ability, streaming microphones, so this isn't in the way of the frame. I've got some microphones lying around. I want to be able to mount those above, and then a light, which I also grabbed, a Key Light Mini when it was on sale for Black Friday. So I wanted to set all this stuff up. I wanted to mount it and get things ready to go. So let's do it. Let's jump right in. This is the first video with the new microphone setup, the new light. We'll switch over. We've got the camera off to the side here. So new setup, I like it. I think I'm much clearer. It actually, I think, improves the quality of the iMac webcam, just getting that better light. I'd love to get a mount for the iPhone or the Pixel, put it back behind there and have the nicer cell phone camera as well. But for now, the camera's off to my left. But there's one more piece to the studio upgrades, the office upgrades, the nursery upgrades, whatever you want to call it, and that is the Loupedeck Live. I bought one of these. This is the Christmas gift from the wife. This was what was allowed. Christmas is weeks away, but she lets me kind of buy whatever I want. I opted for the Loupedeck Live after buying an audio interface that did not work as advertised. So I decided to stick with the H6 and go with the Loupedeck instead of a Stream Deck, not a Steam Deck, a Stream Deck, to do the live stuff. Because Elgato's software is my biggest deterrent from them. It's why I got rid of the Wave 3. It's why I didn't go the Wave XLR route, because of their dependency on software. And so I felt like the Stream Deck would be the same case. So I haven't even opened this yet. I've had it for a couple days, just haven't had a chance. So I thought we could open it, maybe look at this, and then I'll fidget with it on the computer and add it to the studio here. So let's push the keyboard out of the way. Let's switch the camera over, keyboard up and out. We've got the knife over here. I think that's the only, yeah. This is a box inside a box. I think it is. It is. Goodbye box. Well, that's fancy. That's nicer. I thought that was the shipping thing. If I had known that, I would have taken it out and just shown you this from the start. Loupedeck. It's kind of like a gold color, goldy yellow. Open sesame. Okay. Loupedeck Live. Quick guide. Put that there. Warranty, compliance. And there it is. The Loupedeck. And all its knobby, buttony, touchscreeny glory. What is this? It's just kind of come up and fold out. Yeah, it kind of just unfolds. So there it is. It's at just the slightest angle. Put that there for now. That's a nice touch. Instead of just being a circle, it's the Loupedeck logo. It's a good touch right there. Last but, oh wait. I think there's a plastic bracket. This probably is like an elevation piece. Kind of give it more of a lip. Into that hole. There's the clip. Okay, so now the Loupedeck kind of up at an angle. That's nice. And then you probably 3D print a bracket or something for that. And then we get this nice long USB-A to USB-C cable. Oh wait, no, it's USB-C to C, thank you. Instead, they include a USB-A to USB-C adapter, a little dongle. So sweet, C to C. That's what I would prefer. God, had a look and see at the Thunderbolt dock. I've got a C port and an A port, but it should be better with the C. And it's a nice braided cable. Always appreciate braided cables. So, spin this off. It looks long. Might be a 6-foot cable. A little long cable. Good deal. All right, I'm gonna get this plugged in, fidget around with it, and add it to the desk. See how it goes. So here we go. I'm here with the Loupedeck. It's down and to my left. I don't have a camera angle set up for that, but I noticed the very first thing, like when I touch stuff, it buzzes. So I wonder if we can shut the motor off there. Oh, there's different buttons that pull up. There's a calculator. Huh. The calculator actually kind of might be kind of handy. There's a clock, the date. I can open system preferences. Finder. Let's allow that. Open a new window in Finder, maybe. I don't know. Huh. Let's open. Okay, let's go to the first profile. There was Launchpad. And actually, I think in here is where I put it. The Loupedeck software. So let's check that out. It's thinking. There's the Loupedeck. Okay. Loupedeck. I think this is the new one that's getting ready to come out. Here's this one, and then different applications get different settings. We can import profiles. OBS is running. The plugin is not connected. So this is the stuff I'll fidget with. I kind of just wanted initial impressions here. So these are different profiles. Calculator, page, and dial. Button color. Does it actually like... Oh, it does. Neat. Okay, what does this button do? I don't know. Doesn't say home. Maybe like home screen of this. Yep, takes you back to 1. Okay. Brightness, volume. So here's what happens if I push it or spin it. Navigate and track media. That's what that means. Scroll a web page, Safari. Okay. Neat. Could sync it up to my light bulbs. Twitch. I wonder if there's any YouTube integration. Device setting, device appearance. Can we maybe get rid of the vibration? Display rotation. Huh. AppleScript, keyboards. Different shortcuts. I guess show and hide plugin. Interesting. Oh, this is for the menu. Fancy. Marketplace. Marketplace is in pay for kind of marketplace, or marketplace is in download and install. Huh. I do not want Slack. I don't use DaVinci Resolve. So these are profiles. There's different plugins. Pre-installed. I plan on using that. Capture One, there's Twitch, Spotify, huh. Icon packs? That's kind of cool. Take me back, take me back. I wonder if you could take things like the Mac Stories icons for shortcuts and stuff and use those here. That's probably pretty neat. It's clearly a Steam Deck, jeez. So you can install creativity icon, general icons. I wonder if you could get the Apple little, now I'm totally blanking. I think I have an app for it. Under utilities, maybe? No. There it is. SF symbols, that's what they're called. SF symbols. I wonder if you could get those on there. Streamers, Sim Racer, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Huh. So many different pictures. Sound packs. Oh, I don't know about that. Stream overlay, so you can download them. Wow. Just use these. Buy on Kudos. Download, buy on Own 3D. Okay. Emotes and badges. Again, buy. Makes sense. Huh. Yes, Mac OS and Loupedeck Live. So not a ton here per se, which I knew kind of going in. I'm more interested in stuff with like what it will do here with Final Cut. So we go to movies. Like, let's open up Final Cut. This is actually, this project was fidgeting with the time lapse. So now there's a fourth page. There's all these different custom buttons for detaching audio, applying fades, wheels, curves, colors. Okay, so there's the time lapse. The buttons, colors went away. Now it's black. Oops, something went wrong. Please restart Loupedeck. That's not good. Does it need to be plugged directly in? That's a possibility. How do you restart it? Just unplug and plug it back in? Not a promising start here. I wonder if it doesn't work while going through a Thunderbolt dock. I don't see why it wouldn't. It seemed to be fine on the OS level. The Loupedeck is stuck on its loading screen. I'm not quite sure. Oh. It's just black now. Sign in, so I guess I could make a device settings. Does it even see it? Firmware says it's up to date. Huh. Spin that around. I don't see why the cable would have to go another way. It's USB-C. Not a good start. I'll try plugging in directly. I'm gonna have to move some cables around. But not a good start. I'll be right back. See if moving cables around helps, because it's still, yep, it just blacked out again. So let's give that a shot here. Okay, so rerouted it, closed Final Cut. Minimize OBS. Let's plug it back in. So this is directly plugged into the Mac Mini. The lights are green. Well, the home button's blue, I guess. And, still green. Nothing really going on there. Loupedeck. What up? You were working. The screen is black. Oh. Okay. A profile has loaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. This seems to be the Final Cut profile. Switch it back to Mac OS. Try opening Final Cut again. Switch to Final Cut. the time lapse. Hit 2, 3, 4. Oh, 6 did something. Okay, so they've got those buttons, set selection end, set selection start. Okay. We seem to be working now. So, I guess, so like what happens if I open Logic? Switches back to the Mac OS page. And sure, we'll open the chapter select template. It is switched to the Final Cut profile. So can I set up a profile? Add application. Okay. IL Logic. Okay. So I could look at the keyboard shortcuts in Logic and program them into this since there's not a Logic profile per se. Okay. So I could do like Control X for strip silence instead of just hitting Control X. I could tap the button there. Okay. Fancy, fancy. So I could... Okay. It hasn't wigged out on me yet. I guess I'll keep it directly plugged in. Changes up some chord stuff I was planning on doing, but that's okay. That's fine. This is definitely going to take some fidgeting around with to test, experiment, see how it actually works into my setup and things I do. I want to, get it set up with OBS so I can switch things more seamlessly. That's one of the bigger things, was just recording in general, whether that's a live stream or the podcast or anything like that. Cool. We're going to play with the Loupedeck off air, fidget around with it, but an interesting, if not tumultuous, start to my relationship with this little programmable knob dial touchscreen button thing. So it's been a couple of days with the Loupedeck, spent the weekend with it, figured out some of the bugs, some of the kinks. It actually, working with OBS version 28, on top of that, Mac OS Apple Silicon, gets a little bit wonky. You've got to set up a web cert portal access. I don't even remember the terminology, but I was into the hidden files of Mac OS trying to set certain things up. So the setup process currently for Loupedeck and OBS control specifically, which was kind of a primary reason of buying it, is not reliable. When the connection is made, which often is after opening OBS, then closing OBS, closing Loupedeck, opening OBS, in that order. All of that has to happen. Then the controls work. That's the idea for it. So I'm at least excited about that. And then really what is clear to me is this is going to take kind of an afternoon of sitting down and thinking, what do I want this Loupedeck to do? How do I want it to operate and function? How does it enhance my workflow? I was reading some Mac Stories articles using the Stream Deck and the Loupedeck, integrating that with Apple scripts, shortcuts. Seems really cool, really smart. Was fidgeting around with that. There's a lot of power and potential here, but I have to sit down with it. I did figure out how to make icons, which was pretty fun. I've got the GameCube logo, PlayStation PSVR 2, the Mister, just a generic 1080p gameplay stream. I've even got Bob Odenkirk and no Bob Odenkirk for GameCube specific streams. So, and actually you can tell right now it's not connected to OBS because it says toggle streaming, toggle recording on those knobs to the left and right instead of showing me CPU usage and all that jazz. It is, that connectivity is not so great. I'm excited for that to become more stable. Looking forward to it. And it seems Loupedeck is pretty active in it, and then obviously OBS has a very active development and community surrounding it. So hopefully those two kind of come together and make this a bit better. Figuring out the rest of the way it works into my workflow is going to be an interesting and fun challenge. I'm excited to really sink my teeth into it. Also, I'm really happy with the lights and this microphone. Hopefully it sounds good. I wanted that shotgun mic there as a way to just keep the face and what's beneath my hands and stuff here clear. I know it doesn't sound as good because the room isn't sound treated. It's, I'm not on it with the better microphone, but I think it's a good compromise of streaming, video recording, things like that. I think the light is great. I'm really enjoying that. I wish that could integrate with other software, but that again is that Elgato closed garden that they want you in, where you can't really tap into that all that well. So I just have to use the menu bar app to switch things around. And then the cell phone mount for the Pixel 7 or the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I've got cords for both of those threaded up there so I can just swap whichever phone in I need. And I really think this is a solid setup for everything I'm going to be doing here. I'm excited and looking forward to the future of other projects and things that I get to do. And I hope you will all join me. Until next time, adios.